Hey y'all, it's Hans again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel via Zoom. I am definitely very excited. I am having another special guest come on the channel, and I am definitely very excited to show y'all who it is. Yeah, so I got here early because I was really excited for this. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy this video. Hello, as I mentioned in the introduction, I have a special guest here with me on my channel. It is Scarlet Sheppard. Y'all may know her either via her own YouTube channel or by Totally TV, where she acted as Anna and Merida and Ariel and Emma, aka Electra Pop. Yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, so hi Scarlett, thank you so much for joining me on my channel.
Hi Hans, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here. I feel like I'm on a late night talk show with my favorite host. I've been a fan of Hans for a while, so I'm excited.
Yeah, she actually subscribed to my channel around Christmas time this last December. And if I remember correctly, you commented on my Christmas Day vlog. Yeah, it's like
yes. A day in the life of Hans in Germany on Christmas. I was like, this is amazing. I have to subscribe and learn more.
So I will admit I filmed so much on that day that vlog turned out to be over an hour long. So,
I didn't watch the whole hour, but I watched a good portion of it. I was like, this is so cozy. I was just sitting here in Los Angeles like, oh, it's like I'm in Germany on Christmas. How amazing. I felt like I was there.
Yeah. So to be honest, even though I'm here in Germany, I feel like despite me being actually here, I feel like I did miss out on a lot of the cool things that Germans are known for when it comes to Christmas time. Because Germany, about the time my school ended for me last trimester, Germany went into a hard lockdown. So,
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so right now it's not really even technically over. So,
right. Oh yeah, nothing's really. I don't know if anybody is. I mean, maybe like Australia, but most of us, countries attached to other countries, nobody's really out of lockdown fully.
Yeah, so I have some questions for Scarlett here, and I'm hoping that it goes well.
How's my audio? Is it making any weird sounds?
Yeah, and I completely forgot to say this, but I'm sorry for the echo. Normally okay. I would do this in my room, but the student internet for here is kaput, so
that's okay.
Yeah, so it went out today, and it's going to be hopefully fixed by Monday. And it's hard since we're doing online classes right now. So
I totally get it. And this internet connection is amazing though, because you're in Germany, I'm in LA, we're 7 hours apart, and yet there's like no lag.
Actually 9 hours.
9? Oh
it's
my
7
gosh.
hours for me to talk to my parents. It's 9 hours for me to talk to you. So
oh my gosh, wow.
Yeah, so amazing. My first question for you is, what was the biggest reason for you to get into acting?
The biggest reason? Well, I like doing things that are expressive, and I started out as a dancer, but I wasn't very disciplined. So ballerinas have to be very disciplined about everything, and it was just I loved it, but the parts of dancing that I loved were the storytelling parts of it, and the facial expressions and the costumes and the being on stage. So but I think I really like to do things that make me feel like I'm doing a good job. So when I got cast in my first play as a lead character, it just made me feel like I was useful and valuable. And, it's fun to do things that you're good at. So I don't know that I was that good to begin with, but it at least tricked my brain into thinking, oh, this is a thing you could be really helpful. You could really contribute if you do this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Before we go on to the next question, I actually have my phone here that I wanted to show some things to you, but it's dead right now. So, you're from West Virginia originally. I have a question for you. Does it snow there?
Yes, it snows. It's snowing there right now, I think. It doesn't snow a lot. Like, I lived in Chicago, Illinois for about 4 years when I went to college. Now that is some snow, but West Virginia definitely gets snow. Oh yeah. They got snow on Christmas this year, which is amazing.
Yeah, actually, for me here in Germany, it actually is not really known for snow in this particular area, but this month seems to be the month for snow.
Wow, how cool.
Yeah. What's weird is, like, I feel like whenever I got a collab, like on that particular day, it snowed. Like, when I did my collab with Stephanie, which I will link to up here, it also snowed on that day, which was January 3rd. I filmed that with her via Zoom, of course. And it was...
You're from the south part of the United States, Arkansas and Texas. It probably does not snow much there? I don't know.
Actually, this year, Texas got some snow. North Texas.
Wow. North Texas, yeah.
Yeah, I lived in North Dakota for a year, and it snowed there. North
Dakota, yeah, it would snow a lot there, I bet.
Yeah, I actually went, my family and I moved to North Dakota the summer before my senior year of college, so, not college, summer before my senior year of high school, there we go.
You've moved a lot. We talked before we started recording, you guys, and I learned a lot about Hans. He's moved a lot.
I have lived in Texas, Arkansas, North Dakota, Nebraska, Florida, and California.
My gosh, and now Germany.
Well, yeah, tech. Yeah, yeah, to be honest, when I lived in California, I was so small. I was really young.
You can't really remember it.
Yeah, not really. The main things that I remember were visiting my aunt, who lives in California, my mom's sister, breaking my right arm and getting a red cast.
Oh no. Yeah, you'd remember that.
Oh yeah, and I don't really remember much else, honestly. Like, I remember going to vacation Bible school very hazily, so... But I do remember, and this will kind of connect with you since you've been to Mexico. When my family and I lived in California, I do remember this. My family and I, my parents, my brother and I, would actually go into Mexico to visit my uncle, my mom's brother. So.
Yes, it's very easy to get to Mexico. Well, it takes a while, but we're pretty close. It's about as close as you can get. I mean, unless you're in South Texas, then you're really close.
Yeah. When my family and I lived in California, we lived in SoCal, but not in LA and not in San Diego. We actually lived about 2 hours east of San Diego, around the city of Calexico.
Oh, cool. I've heard of Calexico and Ramona. I've heard of Ramona as well.
Not so much. I hadn't heard of Ramona, but yeah. And I remember my dad telling me a story when we went to Mexico one time, and we were coming back into the United States. And about that time, they had updated the rules for kids to have for their parents to have their kids' birth certificates. And they actually sent us to seconds. I hope I'm telling the story correctly. they asked my brother and I think my brother was also very young. I don't know if he was a year old. No, he wouldn't be a year old because we moved back to Texas in 04. My brother was born in 03, so not even a year old. And they asked us in seconds who was our daddy, and my brother and I hugged my dad, and my dad distinctly remembers that they sent a gringo to seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so I hope I told that story correctly. I may ask my dad about it later, but yeah, but
I only lived in one place like my whole life, so this is amazing. You have all these different memories from different places in the country.
Yeah, here's the thing. This story I just told my viewers, and of course you. I don't remember it at all.
Somebody else had to tell you. Oh, okay.
My dad was the one who told me, but yeah. So yeah. All right. My next question for you is: what was the biggest factor or your biggest? I'm gonna use the word calling for you to go work at Totally TV.
Well, so as actors here in Los Angeles, there are so many things that you can audition for. So we're at that time, before you get a job that keeps you really busy, you're probably going on like 3 auditions a week, especially if you're submitting yourself for those auditions for things online, student films, things like that. So I saw a casting call for a Disney princess. And it didn't say which one. They were just looking for young actresses in LA who had a lot of Disney knowledge to come audition to play one of the Disney princesses. And at that time, I kept getting cast for princesses all over town. I didn't know why. I liked Disney, but I wasn't like trying to do princess things. But I had acquired all of this princess knowledge, all of this Disney trivia in my brain, because I'm a big trivia nerd. And I was performing on the weekends at kids' birthday parties as princesses. So I was like, well, it'd be silly for me not to submit myself to audition for this. So I did. And then once you submit yourself for an audition, you don't just get to go. They have to call you in. So they called me in, and so that was probably Jen Barlow and probably Lindsay, who were part of making that decision, because this was early. This was like 2018. And then I went in, and mostly I just answered Disney trivia. I don't even think I read any scripts. And then they were like, oh, well, she could be a Merida. And that's how that happened.
Oh, Merida from Brave.
Merida. Yeah, I was so excited to play Merida, but I'd never played Merida before, ever. And they were like, well, do you have the Scottish accent? And I was like, I have an Irish accent. And they were like, well, we'll send you a couple bucks to rent Brave on YouTube and watch it and learn the Scottish accent. And it was really hard. I love accents. It's like my passion as an actor is accents, but it was very hard.
Yeah, so my next question for you is, what was it like to act as going to a different Disney princess, Anna, from Frozen 1 and 2?
Oh, I didn't realize how much I was going to miss playing Anna. It was the funnest, easiest role I've ever played. I think Anna was one of the first princesses I played at a birthday party for this little girl here in LA. And I was still learning how to be a party princess. And one of my good friends, Danielle, was playing Elsa at that party. And I was like, I had to go rewatch Frozen. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I just kind of played myself. And then after the party, Danielle was like, you're Anna. You are Anna from Frozen. And I was like, that is such a huge compliment. So getting to play her every day at Totally TV, I loved it.
Yeah, speaking of Frozen, when Frozen came out, I don't know how you're gonna take this, but because of my name, I actually got teased a bit.
I bet you did.
Because of me having the same name as the main villain.
I know. If only your name was Kristoff, you wouldn't have gotten, well, you might have gotten teased, but at least it wouldn't be a villain.
Yeah, like when I got to high school, there was an elementary school kid. Apparently, I think she loved Frozen. Just like, why did you kill I I think she switched back and forth between Anna and Elsa, if I remember correctly. But like,
Well, you didn't. Hans did try to kill both of them.
yeah, but I'm like, I am like, number one, I am not Scandinavian, I'm German. And number two, I don't have red hair. I have dirty blonde brown hair. So
did the name Hans come from your German ancestry?
Yeah. Yes. When my parents named my brother and came up with the name, my brother and I, they wanted our names to reflect some part of our heritage. So for me, Hans, it reflects our German heritage. While my brother's name is David. The way that I've understood it, it reflects more of our Hispanic side.
Interesting. That's so cool. I love it. I think your name is really unique. And having a unique name, I think, is really important. I might be a little biased. There are more Scarlets than there used to be, but I love your name.
Yeah. In my entire life, I've only known of maybe like two or three other people that were named Hans. One of which when I moved to North Dakota, I kind of I don't know if replaced is the right word, because he was a former assistant dean since it was a boarding school, and I was coming in as a senior in high school, so I was like,
that's cool.
Yes, and and another Hans I know of is, I kind of listen to his music as he is a composer, but Hans Zimmer.
Oh, yes, Hans Zimmer's so talented. Yeah, that's a great one.
My next question, I actually don't have written here, but I did kind of think about it. Like, what was it like for you to play Merida, since that was the first Disney princess for you that you played at Totally TV?
Merida was a challenge because, well, first, it's technically a dialect, not an accent, but the Scottish dialect was hard. So I had to make sure I wasn't slipping into Irish, because Irish is a little easier for me. It's just easier, right? So that was the hard part. But then also, Merida is not very princessy, and she's not very enthusiastic all the time, and I wanted to be accurate to the movie, and Merida's very different. So I had to make sure I had high energy, because it's a show, it's for kids, you want it to be exciting, but I had to really work to make sure Merida was a little tomboyish too, it was fun though.
Yeah. And staying on the Disney princess line, what was it like for you to play Ariel when you played Ariel?
Oh man, loved playing Ariel. Ariel and Belle were my two favorite princesses growing up, so I felt a lot of pressure. Luckily, I didn't have to play Belle. That I would have felt so much pressure playing, but I play Belle at birthday parties all the time. But Laura was a perfect Belle. Ariel was just fun. Ariel's a lot like Anna. They're just like, because Anna's new to the world, the gates are closed for so long, and then all of it. So she's sort of in awe of the world like Ariel is, but Ariel's a little bit of a space cadet. Ariel's like a little weirder than Anna, I guess. Yeah, so we really played into this funny thing where Ariel's accidentally steals things all the time. She's like an accidental kleptomaniac. So I liked playing her as this kind of ditzy, not dumb, just flighty space cadet sweetheart. It's fun.
Yeah, going back to Frozen for a little bit, I actually like Frozen 2 a lot better than Frozen 1.
Do you?
Yes. This main reason, it doesn't have Hans in it.
I know, we all thought it was going to have Hans in it. Well, because there's that part of the trailer where Anna pulls out the sword and we're like, who else could she be? But then that's not even in the movie.
It is not. It is not. And like, going back to Frozen 1, I have made the decision, I vowed to be like, I will never sing out loud in public, "Love is an Open Door."
Yeah, well, that's a really fun song to sing, though. You're missing out.
Yeah, I sing it like in my room or like in private, but like for fun. But like, I would never perform it. I would much rather sing "A Whole New World" or "I See the Light." So
the ballads, yes, of course.
Yeah, part of me wants to learn "Lost in the Woods" for some reason just now.
You should. I love that song.
But here's the thing. I don't know if my voice is suited for an 80s vibe.
Totally. It is. If Jonathan Groff can do it, you can do it. And he's not like an 80s singer. He's a musical theater guy.
Yeah. Quick question. Have you seen my last video that I recently posted? I think it was earlier this year.
Which one?
You Say?
No, I didn't see that one.
It was my most recent video. I will link it up here, and of course it'll be in my end screen, but you gotta check it out. I will admit it's a Christian song. So
yeah, that's great. I love that you're singing on your channel. I think singing is fun.
The first time I actually sang on my channel was actually Christmas last December. I did a music tag, which I sang Silent Night.
I did see that. You have a lovely voice, Hans. So you could sing anything you want.
I sang at first in English, but then the last verse I actually sang in German, which I've actually known that most of my life. Yeah.
You're so impressive. I'm amazed. I will definitely go watch your newest singing video.
Yeah, that was actually the first video that I actually ever sang. It was like just singing, no like nominations for a tag or like a challenge or anything, unlike the Christmas one. So, all right.
Yeah, love it. I'm a big fan of all singing. Yeah. I think singing is something everybody should get comfortable with. Makes you feel so much less self-conscious.
Yeah, I've actually been in music my whole life pretty much, so.
Wow.
Yeah.
How cool.
I don't just sing, I'm also a technically multi-instrumentalist, because my first instrument was piano, and I still kind of play that. I also play guitar, which I'm trying to get to. When I get back home, I'm definitely going to do a song with guitar on my channel back in the summer, but
You're going back home to the United States in the summer?
Yeah, June actually. My last day of school is June 5th.
Nice. I was just curious.
Yeah, actually, for me, I'm used to ending school in late May, not in early June. Like
we always ended school in June. You went to private school? Is that what you were going to say?
I went to private school my whole life, specifically denominational schools, and on top of that, it was mainly the schools that my mom taught at until I first went to high school, and then of course college. But all right, nice. My next question for you is, what was it like to play Emma, aka Electropop?
That was really fun because I didn't have to worry about, who else had played that character or how it had been done. It was mine. So it was a blast. It was easy in the sense that I didn't feel like I had to do anything specific with it. But then again, that's what most acting is about. You have to create a new character. So it was fun. It was creatively fun, and but I had to pay really close attention to make sure I knew how Emma would be feeling because it was up to me.
Yeah, so speaking of the Super Pops, I would definitely say I really like the the 5 OG Super Pops. Of course, I like the rap pops and the Latin pops and the K-pops, but I would definitely.
Same.
When I first started watching Super Pops, for some reason, I think it has to do with my favorite color, but my eye always got drawn to Electra.
Because you had that red cast when you broke your arm. Is red your favorite color?
Red is my favorite color.
Yay! Oh, I'm very honored.
But what's weird is when I actually decided to take the quiz for the first time, for some reason, when I actually took that quiz, I got Flash.
A lot of people get Flash Pop. I happened to write that quiz because I was helping make that. I don't know. I ended up writing it. So everybody seems to get Flash. So I don't know what that means. Yeah, maybe I wrote it weird.
But when I recently took the quiz, I took it several times, I was like, yes, I finally got Electra. even though I did get all 5 of the 5 OGs.
Well, there's a little of every Super Pop within us.
Yeah, and I think I did mention this in my Instagram post about that. It's I do see a lot of myself in everyone. So
I think you're an Electra because you like so many different things and you like learning so much. You're multi-instrumentalist, multi-linguist. I think you're an Electra. Maybe I'm biased.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I actually posted an Instagram post on Halloween last year, and I was like, what costume would I wear? And I would be like one of like either a male Flash or a male Electra Pop. So
I would have loved to see that. Oh,
yeah,
I hope
maybe this Halloween. But
maybe.
yeah, speaking of Halloween, I really liked your Halloween costume last year as Miss Frizzle.
Thank you. Did you know who Miss Frizzle was, or are you too young?
Actually, growing up, the Magic School Bus was one of my favorite educational shows.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Well, you know, I asked you for a cameo. Remember?
Oh yes. Wait, are you 23?
I'm 20. I just turned 20 this past weekend.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And I remember you asked, because I watched all week, I've been watching your cameo over and over and over again. And I will admit, I've actually known since December that I actually share the same birthday with Jen.
I did remember that. Okay, you're 20. So I am almost 10 years older than you. So that's crazy that we both grew up with the Magic School Bus. I guess they must have been replaying it for a long time. And I was really little when it came out. So I don't know.
Yeah, the Magic School Bus really stands out. Like it's an educational school. It was very like in your time, it was very popular for me growing up, for my generation growing up. Speaking of the Magic School Bus, have you seen the reboot Magic School Bus Rides Again?
No, I haven't watched it yet. I saw a couple clips and I thought, oh, it just makes me miss the original, so I didn't watch it.
I've actually seen all of both seasons, mainly for nostalgic reasons, but of course, it can't top the original.
Nothing can. Why remake things? Just keep the old one going, you know?
Yeah. All right, on to my next question for you. How has it been for you venturing out on your own on YouTube?
Ooh, what a lovely question. It has been a blast. When I left Totally TV last summer, I had all of this free time, and I also had all of these people, you know, enjoying the stuff that I was making. So I thought, you know, I'd been wanting to start a YouTube channel for years and years. I made a web series that was scripted, but I wanted to do a channel that involved me. And it wasn't until I played Electra and Emma that it wasn't until then that I realized I'm a big knowledge nerd. And I never thought of myself as a nerd or like an intellectual really, or anything like that. Intellectual is a fancy word. But so I thought, well, I love the Magic School Bus. I love Bill Nye the Science Guy. I loved the Cosmos, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, and anything involving space. So I thought, well, duh, that's what I could do. So it's been a blast. The only thing about YouTube is you have to hit a certain number of like subscribers and viewing minutes to be monetized. And to be monetized means that you make a little bit of money off the ads on your videos. And even though I've hit those numbers, because I already had another monetized channel, there's been like some bug. So I haven't been able to make any money off my YouTube videos, which is fine. They're still fun to make, but I have to pay my rent. So I've sort of stopped making as many YouTube videos, but I'm looking for a way to make more that don't take so much time, because my Scarlet Studies episodes take like 25 hours to make.
Yeah. Speaking of Scarlet Studies, there's two particular videos that come to mind. The first one being one of your most recent Scarlet Studies, Astrology. For me as a Christian, I really don't believe in astrology, but I do kind of like knowing that I'm an Aquarius, so
I think a lot of people feel the same way you do. Like, and most scientists obviously don't believe in astrology. I don't even think that I fully believe in astrology, but it's just fun, and it's fun to learn about because there's so much history there too.
Yeah. Fun fact, speaking of astrology and my birthday, I was actually born late. My due date was late. my due date was January 19th. If I remember correctly, that would mean I would have been a Capricorn.
Yes, but you're right on the cusp there.
Yes, but I do believe, from what I've read on Aquarius, with personality types and all that, I do kind of connect more with that personality-wise
Than Capricorn.
Well,
I was late as well. I was like 3 days late, and I was supposed to be born on April 20th, but I was born on April 23rd. So I think I've always been a Taurus, but almost an Aries, and Aries are intense, dude. They supposedly. So
yes. Speaking of birthdays, I kind of like connecting with people not only who have the same exact birthday as me, but also it's like, oh, the 23rd of this month. So
yes, me too. The number 23 is so special to me because I was born on the 23rd. And there's that movie called, I think that's called 23, or the number 23, about how that number's popping up everywhere, and the lead actor sees it everywhere. And that's my life. Like, I see the number 23 everywhere as well.
Fun fact, when I was in kindergarten, I actually had a crush on a girl who was exactly a year younger than me, since she had the same birthday as me. January 23rd.
So sweet. Oh, but then you must have had something in common.
Yeah, well, the birthday thing, but it's like,
the birthday.
I would definitely say, since I was in kindergarten, this was before puberty, I'll be like, I think that was a more
it was a friend thing. You're like,
fun.
Yeah,
and it was a girl, so. And another video that from your Scarlet studies that really came to mind was the bullying one, which you explained, like, you like with your experience with bullying and how you left Totally TV. The reason why I'm mentioning it is I will admit, because I've been watching Totally TV since 2019, I was like, I've gotten used to like certain faces, like yours, Laura's, Zaria's, and
Jen and Stephanie and Olivia, and probably Leslie as Maleficent too.
Yeah, it was like I started watching the Super Pops a lot more last year, especially when I had, my college gave us the option to stay on campus, but I chose to go home because of the pandemic. And during my free time, since I feel like I stumbled accidentally. A lot of my favorite YouTubers I stumble on by chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I was watching Super Pops. It was like after a while I noticed, like, where is Power Pop? It's like, where's Power Pop, and like, where is Crystal Pop? After a while, and then finally it's like, where is Electra Pop? And now it's
I know. Like, we felt bad that we couldn't make an announcement. We had to, it's so awkward. Like, we couldn't be like, we didn't want to mess up. We didn't want to keep people from watching future videos and or anything. So we wanted to, I think we each took our time to reveal what was going on.
Yeah, and it's like when finally Laura and Adam left, I was like, it was really bittersweet, but I was like, I'm glad that some of y'all actually have your own channels. I will admit, I feel like Stephanie's I somewhat subscribed to right away. I think for yours, it took me a little bit to subscribe to your channel, honestly.
I didn't really start posting until late. I took a while. Stephanie was on it with her channel. And Jen too. They had a lot of stuff already going early 2020, I feel, or earlier.
Yeah. So my next question for you is, what is your favorite Super Pop song?
Everybody asks me this, and I feel like I always say the same thing, but it's so hard to pick. I have three favorite songs. Starlight, Boyfriend, and Say So are my favorites. Yeah, those are my favorites. I can't pick between those three.
From Super Pop specifically? Because when I hear Boyfriend, somehow I think BFF Besties, because they have a song also named Boyfriend.
I know. Yes, I'm thinking of, I love that one too, but I am thinking of the Super Pop's Boyfriend song. Yeah.
Yeah. So
You'll be my boyfriend from the Greek goddess episode.
Yeah. I will admit I have not watched everyone, but haven't watched every
You
video.
have to watch that one specifically. That episode is so good.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of it.
Not
that I was like the leader. Go ahead.
My favorite songs from the Super Pops are We Love It, the very first one.
Of course.
Starlight also.
It's a popular one.
And Look at Her Now, which is the one.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Which is like,
there's so
look at her now.
I like that one.
Yeah, it's like the one that's
choice.
the one that the Super Pops specifically sing in dedication for Majesty.
To Majesty.
Yes. Yeah, I
and
really
that's when
like
she gets her new colorful outfit, isn't it?
Yes, yes, and that's if I remember correctly, that's the episode that the Super Pops saved Prospero from his hypnotism.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I gotta go rewatch it.
Yeah, I've been watching. I think I've watched several, watched and rewatched a lot of Super Pops episodes since I've been here in Germany. Of course, in my free time. So.
Of course.
My next question for you is, what video or videos, specifically on your channel, are you most proud of?
The bullying video is the one that I'm probably the most proud of because it's a mix of like research, which I love doing, like easy internet research and synthesizing that for other people to understand. That's really fun. And I love doing that. But it's a mix of that and me just getting to talk to everybody just without any, from the heart, my opinions. So I'm trying to think, I feel like the next sort of phase of my YouTube channel is probably going to be more of that. I have an idea for like a big sister show where I just kind of, because I call myself your YouTube big sister because I like to think of myself as being somebody that you guys can trust and ask questions. And so I think I'm going to do more of just speaking from the heart. So that's my favorite. And then also, what's the other one? I mean, I loved the episode where I got to make over my niece into Princess Anna. I love that one.
I watched that one a few times and I really liked it.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. Yeah, it's short and easy. You can watch it a couple times and it's fun.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, I really. What was I gonna say? I guess I forgot.
Being an interviewer is hard. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, and this is not even my first rodeo.
Well, but like every interview is different.
Yeah, so. Yeah, okay. My next question for you is, what do you miss most about working at Totally TV?
My friends. I miss seeing my friends. We see each other, but of course it's lockdown, so we see each other on Zooms. But I got to see some of my very closest friends every day at work, I was really lucky. So that's what I miss most. I miss a lot of things, but that one has to be the first one. I
will admit, I do miss my friends back in my home college, and I do I do keep up with them as much as I can via social media and all that. And
that's great.
I am happy that I have created a lot of good friends here. In my tight-knit group here, I have 3 other friends that are also from the United States that are also in my I don't know if is my the right word, but my university's German course as well. So
mine's the right word. Yeah, that's your university for sure. I'm so glad. I mean, being able to make friends all over the world. Wow, that's great.
All right. Yeah. So I do miss the States in my own way. I like being able to not have an adapter. I miss shopping at stores like Kroger, Costco, and yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. That'd be hard to get used to, like buying brand new types of food and learning to cook them. And I can't imagine. I've only visited Europe. I've never lived there really.
Well, I'm technically saying for me in Europe, even though I live here, I'm still technically visiting since I'm not permanently
Yes,
here.
that's true. You're going
Even
home in June.
it's
Yes,
it's more of a long-term stay.
absolutely. I've been to Europe twice, and both times I was in a town. I was always going from multiple towns. Like my first trip, we went to London, and we were in London for 3.5, 4 days, and then we were in Paris.
I would love to visit London
London
and
is
Paris.
great. I've been wanting to go back to London lately because I've been watching Bridgerton on Netflix, and it takes place in London. So I've been dying to go.
Yeah, actually, I did back in October, I think, I did the top 10 European cities that I want to visit. And if I remember correctly, Paris, London, and Barcelona as big cities are on there. I will admit that even in that video and still to this day, my number one city on my bucket list is actually Salzburg, Austria.
Salzburg, well, of course, because you play music.
Yes, and my top favorite musical of all time is The Sound of Music. So
Oh, well, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I hope you get to go back when everything's a little bit calmer with travel, so you can actually go to Salzburg. I haven't been. I stopped in Switzerland for one day. That's it.
Yeah. I've actually, and I will admit it's not. I don't know if it remembers in my top 10, but I flew into, but I kind of want to go back and explore Berlin, the capital of Germany.
Oh yeah. That's cool. Yeah. I've never been to Germany. So yes, Berlin sounds really cool.
And there's there's actually two particular German cities that I would love to visit. One is specifically in the state that I live in, about an hour or 2 hours away. And the other one's in West Germany. So Bonn, Germany, and Wittenberg.
You should go. I mean, I hope you get a chance to go while you're there.
Yeah. For Wittenberg, I will admit it has to do with Christian history, with Martin Luther and the Protestant Reformation. While with Bonn, Germany, it's where Ludwig van Beethoven's originally from. Even though I do associate it in my mind more with Vienna than Germany, so.
You are so cool, Hans. You're like the most cultured, cool, knowledgeable 20-year-old I've ever met. That's amazing. Please post a video if you visit those places.
I will try. Yeah, I will try if I remember to, but yeah.
Yes, you should take it all in and be in the moment, but yeah, I'd love to see.
Yeah, so my last question for you is, what advice do you have for aspiring actors or aspiring YouTubers?
Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is gonna be a long answer. I have a lot to tell you. Okay, I'll try to make it
short. Please keep it short.
Okay, fine, Hans. For actors, my advice is to my advice would be to just audition for your community theater. And I would also say, if there's anything that makes you nervous, like if you want to be an actor but you're afraid to sing, or you're afraid to dance, or if there's any one thing that you're like, I don't think I could do that, or I can't do Shakespeare, just go do that thing. Do it on a small scale. Do it in your hometown. Audition, even if you're like in school during the summer or whatever, or if you have time, I would audition for community theater. Just keep doing as much as you can. For YouTubers, I would suggest learning how to edit, because editing is really fun. So like Hans, I would say iMovie or Final Cut Pro if you think you can handle a slightly bigger or more complicated system, and just learn how to edit, because editing is what takes a long time. So yeah.
Speaking of acting and drama, when I was in 4th grade, some of the students at my school that I was attending at the time and I went to a local church in the area that we lived in Southeast Texas, and we did at this church they had a drama club. So
that's perfect. Yeah, Bible camp, summer camp of any kind. just literally at least for me when I was growing up, I was addicted to auditioning because I just thought it was so fun. But it can be scary, so I just recommend audition all the time. That way you don't get nervous.
That was the first time I actually got into drama, if I remember correctly, like actually into drama. Like I did small things when I was really young, my mom has told me, and also I acted out in some of my schools as well, at some of the schools that I have attended, I've actually acted in their Christmas plays.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Yeah,
like the,
when I was
the
in
nativities and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
When I was in 4th grade and 5th grade, my mom always had me act as one of the 3 wise men in the Christmas story. So.
Oh, perfect. Anything like that.
Yeah.
And what your friend said about YouTube, like just do it. That's absolutely right. It doesn't have to be perfect. This goes for anything in life. Just do it. It's okay if your first video isn't great. It's okay if you're really not that good in your first play. It's okay if your first song you write is awful. You have to be bad at stuff before you're good at stuff. Nobody's perfect right off the bat.
Oh, a memory of something just came to my mind. When I was in 3rd grade, I had not a main part, but I also, again with the Christmas story that that many Christians know. I actually acted as an advisor to King Herod in this play. So
cool.
And when I was a senior in high school, I did drama at my at that school as well, where I attended. And of course, when I got to college, I had to join the drama club. So
of course. And even if you don't want to be an actor, or I just think that public speaking is a skill that makes everybody feel more confident.
Yeah, so that's the experience that I've had with drama, with acting so far. But I will admit, I did do research for my hometown, and I'm hoping if they do open up in this summer, I'm hoping to, like in your answer to my last question, to go out and audition for my hometown's local community theater.
Absolutely. They need young people. I think we usually think our community theaters just has grown-ups, but there's always parts for 20-year-olds, teenagers, kids. There's always, maybe not every show, but there are.
Yeah, if you would have noticed, I said hometown with quotes, is because where I live now.
That's where you live now.
Yes. I've only lived there for almost a year and a half now, but yeah, I was actually
So it doesn't quite feel like home yet, but...
Well, I haven't really spent much time there until the pandemic, so it feels like home now. But for me, I will admit, my home state of Texas will always be home to me, so.
Of course. What do you want to do after you graduate, Hans? Can I ask you that question?
I'm actually pursuing nursing as my career with a minor in music, cello performance.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah,
cool. You could have said anything and I would have been like, that's great for you, because you do so many things.
Yeah. And for some reason, with me going into nursing, lately, I've been feeling like LA has been calling me.
Yes, there's so much to do here in Los Angeles, and you've lived in California before, even though it was a long time ago. So you never know. I feel like California is my home now.
I was 6 months old when my family and I moved there from Texas. So
right. That's true.
Anyway, I hope you like this video. Scarlet, would you like to do this ending with me?
Well, yes. What do I say?
Well, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and
comment and share and like this video, and I'll see you next time.
Well, one more thing.
What?
Turn on your bell notifications, of course, so you can't miss so you can't miss.
What kind of YouTuber am I?
Yeah. Yeah, so
This was so fun.
yeah,
Thank you, Hans.
Yeah. So like I said, subscribe, leave a comment, like this video, and turn on your bell notification so you don't miss out on every time that I post. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye.
Bye.